Welcome back, everybody. Today I have the pleasure of introducing a room that I never saw coming as far as one of the best rooms under $100,000 here at the show. Okay, you guys saw that last video of the best cost no object room, in my opinion, at the 2023 Florida Audio International Audio Expo. But right now we're going to talk about this room that I must say, when I walked into the room yesterday, my expectation, I was actually standing right in the corner, and I heard a lot of beautiful things, a lot of magic, extreme musicality, and a tremendous amount of detail and just that submersive feeling that makes me want to take off my analytical hat and simply enjoy the music. So I am here today with
Julian Margulis.
And this is essentially, you are the president, CEO of the company?
Yes, sir.
And let's talk about what you have going on right now. So let's talk about your cable, just talk about your amplifiers, preamplifiers. Talk to us about what we have going on here. Because to me, this is all new. Never heard a brand. First time I hear it, I'm blown away by it.
Thank you very much. Well, we have here the turntable, which was also designed by us, fully all machined. The arm is also machined. The motor is insulated.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and also it's a one-piece machined aluminum platter. The motor is synchronous, very low torque. If you stop it, you need to push it. So it has very low torque to avoid these steps that are noisy.
Oh really? Okay.
And this is insulated. We go from here to the phono preamplifier, which has also the correction is not done through the feedback, it's done by passive components and amplification steps. From here we go to the preamplifier. The preamplifier has also the same philosophy of design that all our gear, that is the ANA approach, which I'll talk a little bit later on. This also has a shunt power supply. From here we go to the amplifier. The amplifier, it's a full Class A amplifier.
Full Class A, okay.
Yeah, it's active servo bias. The signal, the bias is set by the signal, not by the tube. So you don't need to make any adjustment. By a flip of a switch, you can change it from triad to ultralinear, doubling the power.
Okay.
And you can adjust the volumes or make it mono.
MSRP on the products that we have gone over?
Oh, this is $8,000.
Yes.
And this is $12,000.
As I said, incredible. I mean, I know the speakers, you're going to go over the speakers.
Yeah.
When I talk about affordable, I know it could be alarming to some of you all when we say $10,000, $12,000. But if you know anything about ultra high-end electronics, this is nothing in comparison to some of the electronics you see in other rooms. This is nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. Yet the performance, you're blown away. I was blown away by it.
We also have the line conditioner, which has a DC correction, insulation, transformer insulators, and noise suppressing at high frequencies. And we also have our music server that you can stream in or use a hard disk drive.
MSRP on these components?
This is yet to be announced,
okay.
And the other one also.
Okay, and this is not playing at all?
No, but we can play it on later on.
Okay.
This is a full integrated amplifier. It's also the same idea of this one, full Class A, and it's also servo active and remote control. It's a basic amplifier that we focused on its performance. Very simple, 3 inputs, volume, on off, that's it.
Where are they made?
Oh, everything is made in Mexico City.
Mexico City,
It's handcrafted. Yeah.
Okay, but the company is based out of Mexico completely?
Yes, it's completely out of Mexico. We're going to be 100 years old company. It's in 1927.
Interesting.
It began with my grandfather that was invited to electrify the country in those days and begin with the radio stations. So, it was the beginnings of everything.
I need to get out to Mexico. I need to definitely travel. I didn't know you guys were doing amazing things in Mexico. I love what I hear. The purity, the liquidity of the presentation, the musicality are things that I was shocked, to be honest with you. And the music doesn't have to be loud. That's one key element that you guys have to remember. You don't have to blast your ears to get enjoyment. That is the wrong approach, in my opinion. It's not about that. It's about just getting into the music, getting intimate with the music at a reasonable volume level, where you can get all the information and the enjoyment. And that's when you know you have a quality system. That's the biggest thing to remember. Let's talk about the speakers here that you have.
I'm going to let Bruce do that for me.
Sure.
And if you want, we'll talk later on why we like loud sounds, because that makes you feel that they are near. And near field sounds are the ones that you put more attention. But when you have the harmonic structure properly, you feel that, it doesn't have to be loud. It makes you feel that the sound is near field and your brain puts attention into it.
Interesting.
Let me bring Bruce into the talk. He will.
So let's talk about the speakers, the radio speakers in front of us.
Okay. I'm Bruce Ball from AV Luxury Group International. We're the distributor
Go ahead. Yeah.
for Margulis as well as Rado. These are the Model TD 2.2s. They are a two-way ribbon speaker, the ribbon tweeter, and retail on them is $45,000.
45,000. This is the first time I actually have heard a radio speaker, and again, full transparency, that I was blown away by. I was not expecting it. I had my preconceived idea that I was not going to like it. But as I mentioned earlier, I was standing right there and I heard something special through these speakers. So this is a new model that just came out, right?
Yeah, these are redesigned. The TD series have all been redone.
I love the look because it does have that wife approval factor, in my opinion. And of course, it's not huge and massive, yet you have so much information. The bass is there, clarity, key element that I look for. When I walk every room, I am looking for this clarity. It needs to be there. If it sounds veiled, I'll walk out the room. I'm being honest here. I don't care to hear anything veiled that seems like it has a blanket on top of the speakers, I leave. And you guys should be looking for that as you walk through the rooms. Clarity needs to be there. It's one key element, in my opinion, that is very important. So $45,000, and to be honest with you, what you guys have done here together, the entire system as a whole, is what has me blown away.
We try to make it disappear.
Yes,
That
and it
all
definitely,
the music, not
and
the
absolutely does that. And what's shocking to me, very shocking, is here you have a speaker that's $45,000. Typically, you're going to see a speaker like this with electronics that are 30 grand for the pair of amplifiers, 30 grand for the preamplifier, $20,000 for the source. And yet, that's not the narrative. That's not what they're doing here. They're doing amazing things with relatively affordable components, but it's not about how affordable they are, it's how amazing they are with this speaker. Now, what about cables? What are you using for your cables?
We're using a combination of Atlas speaker cables and interconnects, and the power products are from RSX Technologies,
Okay.
which is designed by and owned by Roger Scoff, previously of XL Electric. So his new range of power products, also coming out with speaker cables and interconnects later this year.
Were you guys at the show last year, at Capital Audio Fest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened. I didn't see you, but sometimes that happens. So forgive me. A lot of times, you guys remember one thing you have to remember: every show is different. Every room is different. They have different sets of challenges. So right now, I am giving them, in my opinion, the best room for under $100,000. No questions asked. I don't have to walk the rest of the show to validate what I'm telling you. Okay, but it may not be the same story at the next show. On the next show, they may have a room that may not be as good as this one turned out to be. That happens to every exhibitor. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, but for now, I think if you guys are going to attend the next show, pay these guys a visit. Be on the lookout. Hopefully, you guys can put together the same setup if you can, or anything else you may have as far as electronics. But I like what you guys have done here. I think it works. I think it's got the right balance. It's not astronomical in terms of the prices, and to me that's a huge win, especially when people are looking for price performance. To me, this gives you a lot, and again, I live with a lot of expensive stuff. You guys know this, and this gives me so many positive attributes, so many things that my system does for far more money, okay, which kind of makes me upset if I'm being honest, because I have a lot more invested in my system. Yet this system can really make me scratch my head and think, wait a minute, did I do this right at home? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here.
Jay, may I point out something real quick, please? Just
Sure.
Real quick. Two things. Regarding the room, what you said is very important. We do not have any room treatment in this room.
Right, I noticed that.
And, you know, we're up against the challenge. The other thing I'd like to just quickly point out, if I may, that unit over there is a hybrid integrated amplifier.
Okay.
That has the tube preamplifier section with just two 12AU7 tubes, and it is really a nice, excellent entry level for many at $4,500. It has a function also of the power, the inputs, and pre-out and so on. So a really nice unit. If somebody says, well, okay, for whatever reason, I don't want to spend as much, but I want to start with what Julian was describing, the ANA, the Aligned Neuroacoustics technology, to bring that sense of musicality that you described so nicely. That's a good unit that a lot of people are very satisfied with.
It's good to know.
Thank you.
Good to know. Well, thank you guys again. Much appreciated. I love what you guys have done here. Took me by surprise. Wasn't expecting it. So kudos to you, and hopefully you can replicate this at the next show, because I think I see more great things happening for you all, okay?
Thank you very much.
Guys, stay tuned for more. Please subscribe, hit that like button. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. All right, guys. That was